Hello guys, what's up? I am GojiFan98's and welcome back for another new video for today. Today I'm continue on for the next episode of GojiFan98's Kong-A-Thon. Today I will be taking a look at the 1976 remake of the original classic King Kong film with King Kong 1976, which is this is my all-time favorite movie and I always enjoy this one. So, anyway, King Kong for 1976 had an interesting history we're going to discuss about. So, before it was actually this movie was planned, there was supposed to be going to have there were two different scripts that was written at the time and separated between for Universal Pictures and Paramount under a handle with John LeMay for having a production company called Dino D. Lenders, if I said it right. Before it was actually that movie, it was originally going to be The Legend of King Kong produced by Universal, but there was a fight license between who had the rights for King Kong to making a new movie, with Paramount Pictures and Universal were fighting over. But until things got settled down, to let Paramount Pictures to do their ways, with John LeMay was approached to direct the movie, while Universal still had the rights for King Kong's character for King Kong the Ride in 1970s, which is until it was later no longer there. So, the movie was starring Jeff Bridges playing as Jack Prescott. If you may recognize that actor who was playing as a villain in Iron Man, that's known as a special Easter egg to find the familiar face. In this movie, we first introduced Jessica Lange. This is her first debut movie and made appearance. Like in the original Jack character, but unlike this Jack character from this movie we were in, he's actually a paleontologist, but he's not a part of Sailor of the Boat. He's just a paleontologist he knows cons existed on the island. And like Jack character from the original, he gets a love interest in the movie was a girl named Dwan. Yes, just Dwan, but it's not Ann Darrow's character this time. It's actually a new version of character for the lady was called Dwan. Was played by Jessica Lange. And like in Toho's King Kong movie before it, this new King Kong movie was actually made for the guy in a rubber suit, was handled by Rick Baker, who was also operating King Kong himself, while the other guys were actually working on it. Not only would he have a Kong in a suit like that, and again, we also have the animatronic version of King Kong was created. What I heard, the animatronic King Kong kept malfunctioning during the filming when there was a problem. Yes, the idea of having the animatronic of a title character will end up being useful again for 1984's The Return Godzilla to have a Cybot Godzilla, or known as animatronic Godzilla, for some close-up shots. And they even had a comparative difference between the shots between the suitmation and the animatronic. Kind of like it goes back for Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla in 1974 for fake Godzilla scene between two different suits in the between scenes in the movie. Was the first suit that was used as a modified Meguro Goji suit, and the second suit had a similar body design, but it's got a different head. Anyway, let's get back to King Kong 1976. Even if some people like it, some people don't, but that always depends on the review, right? Yes. And in this movie, it don't have any dinosaurs in the movie. It only has a giant snake. Kong faced a giant snake before in the original movie, including the sea serpent in King Kong Escapes for 1967. Well, after the fight, Kong actually broke that snake in the jaw. That part really grossed me out. I was like, that is gross. But I really love that this suit design of King Kong in the movie. He looks way much cooler than the first Toho's King Kong suit ever made. Well, I kind of like to compare the difference between which better version of Kong was better, like the original Toho's Kongs or anything. That always depends on that. Instead of have Kong to be climbing Empire State Building in this movie, in this one, he actually climbed the World Trade Center building, this is the only movie with King Kong climbing the World Trade Center building. But when Kong was brought into civilization, of course, until he was later broke out his cage and killed Fred Wilson, there was also a extended version of the movie where the gas company thing told Wilson that the company will go to bankrupt and tell him that he's fired. Well, the truth is, guys, I have not seen the extended version. I heard about that. But thanks for a shout out Factory, which came out for last year. There was the extended version, was only released on Blu-ray for the first time. But one day in the future, I will get that extended cut to see how did I like better. Because my DVD copy like this one is the theatrically cut, which it takes 2 hours and 14 minutes for runtime. Yes, I have calculated well. But at the end, when instead of airplane in this movie, they actually use a helicopter to fight Kong. In the theatrically cut, he only took down one helicopter. But we can see the scene where Kong gets hit by helicopter bullets. That was the most saddest moment in the King Kong's history. After he gets several hits, he collapsed until he fell off the World Trade Center building and hit the ground really hard. Caused his heart beating slowly until he dies completely. Until the sequel comes out 10 years later without the retcon where it's actually he survived into a coma. Which is, that will be the next episode is King Kong Lives, was just, I'm going to be headed that way pretty soon. For what my thoughts about King Kong 1976, it was alright, but I really enjoy it. I first saw it when I saw it on television, but not the TV version, not the extended version, just like, theoretically cut. Or maybe I just found it when I'm trying to find some research, trying to find another official copy of King Kong 76 version. So yeah. But this movie's alright, and the director did an amazing job. And unlike, there's no Carl Devin in this film, but only this film was about to have to go search for oil. Fill up for gas prices and stuff. Well, that's all I have to say for King Kong 1976 remake. Stay tuned to next episode. I'm going to review King Kong Lives, which is, I know a lot of fans are not a big fan of King Kong Lives ever since when it first came up. But I will talk about it when I get over there. So stay tuned for that episode. And I will always stay GojiFans and GojiFan98's Awards Beer for more. And do more videos in the future. So yeah, so stay GojiFans and King Kong fans. As always, sorry my friends. And always stay safe. And I hope you guys are enjoying my other previous King Kong-A-Thon episodes. And tell me what you think of it. So, bye!